Imagine a world where Russia and North Korea join forces. This is no longer just imagination. The two countries have signed a strategic partnership that's causing concern in the West. Let's explore why this alliance is so significant. Russian President Vladimir Putin and North Korean leader Jong recently signed a comprehensive strategic partnership agreement. This deal includes a mutual defense pact, marking Putin's first visit to Pyongyang in 24 years. The timing of this alliance is crucial, as Russia faces increasing isolation due to Western sanctions following its invasion of Ukraine. This partnership goes beyond typical diplomatic relations. Experts believe North Korea might provide weapons and munitions to Russia despite sanctions. In return, Russia could offer food, energy assistance, and technological support for missile and space programs. The West is worried this alliance could prolong the war in Ukraine and escalate global tensions. Now that we've established the foundation of this new partnership, let's take a closer look at what's actually on the table. The comprehensive strategic partnership agreement between Russia and North Korea is more than just a handshake deal. It's a multifaceted arrangement that could reshape global dynamics. At the heart of this agreement is a mutual defense pact. This means that if either country is attacked, the other is obligated to provide military assistance. As Vladimir Putin stated, the pact is intended to be of a defensive nature. However, the implications of this arrangement are far-reaching. It effectively creates a new military alliance that could challenge existing power structures. But the deal doesn't stop at military cooperation. It also encompasses trade, investment, and cultural ties. This broad scope suggests that Russia and North Korea are looking to strengthen their relationship across multiple fronts. The economic aspects of the agreement could provide a lifeline to North Korea, which has long struggled under international sanctions. One of the most significant aspects of this partnership is the potential exchange of resources and technology. North Korea has already shown its willingness to support Russia in its ongoing conflict in Ukraine. According to us and South Korean officials, North Korea has been providing Russia with millions of artillery shells and thousands of missiles since 2023. This support comes despite UN sanctions prohibiting such exchanges. In return for this military aid, Russia appears to be offering substantial benefits to North Korea. Reports indicate that Russia has unfrozen $9 million in North Korean assets and is increasing shipments of food, fuel, and oil to the country. This economic support could be crucial for North Korea, which has faced chronic shortages of basic necessities. But the exchange doesn't stop at conventional resources. There are indications that Russia might provide North Korea with advanced technology, including telemetry, intercontinental ballistic missile ICBM technology, and military satellite technology. If true, this transfer of knowledge could significantly enhance North Korea's military capabilities. The partnership also opens up the possibility of North Korean troops being sent to Ukraine to assist Russian forces. While this hasn't been confirmed, some experts speculate that North Korean engineering units could be deployed to work on fortifications and reconstruction in occupied territories. This would free up Russian combat units for frontline duties. Jong has publicly pledged North Korea's full backing for Russia in the Ukraine war, further cementing their alliance against Western powers. This open support marks a significant shift in North Korea's international stance and could have far-reaching consequences for global politics. The comprehensive nature of this agreement suggests that both Russia and North Korea are seeking to leverage their strengths to support each other's strategic needs. For Russia, this partnership provides much-needed military support and a way to circumvent Western sanctions. For North Korea, it offers economic assistance, technological advancements, and increased international legitimacy. As this partnership unfolds, the international community watches closely. The exchange of resources, technology, and potentially troops between these two nations could alter the balance of power in ways that are difficult to predict. What's clear is that this deal represents a significant shift in global alliances, one that the West is viewing with growing concern. As Russia and North Korea strengthen their ties, Western nations are growing increasingly uneasy. This partnership represents more than just a diplomatic agreement, it's a potential game-changer in global politics that has caught the attention of world leaders and analysts alike. The alliance between Russia and North Korea is causing significant concern in the West for several reasons. First and foremost, there's the worry that North Korea could provide Russia with much-needed munitions and weapons for its ongoing conflict in Ukraine. This support would not only prolong the war, but also directly violate UN's sanctions against North Korea. The potential for North Korea to deploy troops to support Russian-occupied parts of Ukraine is another major source of anxiety for Western powers. Such a move would undoubtedly escalate the conflict and complicate international responses. It would also mark a significant shift in North Korea's involvement in global affairs, potentially emboldening the isolated nation to take more aggressive actions in the future. Moreover, this partnership could help both countries circumvent international sanctions. Russia, facing increased isolation due to Western sanctions following its invasion of Ukraine, could find in North Korea a willing partner to provide resources and support. This collaboration might enable Russia to continue its aggressive actions in Ukraine, despite the economic pressure from the West. The Mutual Defense Pact included in the agreement is particularly worrying for Western nations. This pact obligates both countries to provide military assistance to one another if attacked. In the context of the ongoing conflict in Ukraine and tensions on the Korean peninsula, this mutual defense agreement could lead to more aggressive actions against Western interests. The partnership also has implications for global politics beyond the immediate military concerns. Russia's increased cooperation with North Korea could influence its voting behavior at the United Nations, particularly regarding sanctions against North Korea. This shift could undermine international efforts to control North Korea's weapons programs and maintain stability in the region. China's position in this new dynamic adds another layer of complexity. While China has expressed concern over North Korea's volatile behavior in the past, it also maintains strong ties with Russia. Some analysts suggest that China might view this alliance as a counterbalance to Western influence in the region. The strategic partnership between Russia and North Korea represents a significant shift in global alliances. It challenges the existing balance of power and creates new uncertainties in international relations. As this alliance develops, Western nations will need to reassess their strategies and responses to maintain stability and protect their interests in an increasingly complex geopolitical landscape. As Russia and North Korea forge closer ties, the effects of their partnership are rippling through the region. South Korea, in particular, is watching these developments with growing concern. The timing of Putin's visit to North Korea has raised alarm bells in Seoul, coming at a moment of heightened inter-Korean tensions. South Korean officials are deeply worried about the comprehensive strategic partnership between Russia and North Korea. This agreement, which includes military and defense collaboration, is seen as stronger and more expansive than Russia's other alliances. The potential for increased military cooperation between these two nations has South Korea on edge. Recent incidents have only heightened these fears. North Korean soldiers have been reported crossing the military demarcation line into South Korea, raising concerns about potential military provocations. These events, combined with the new Russia-North Korea agreement, have prompted South Korea to reconsider its defense strategies. In response to these developments, South Korea has hinted at a significant shift in its defense policy. Officials have suggested that if Russia provides high-precision military technology to North Korea, South Korea might supply weapons to Ukraine. This potential move marks a departure from South Korea's previous stance and demonstrates the seriousness with which it views the new alliance. China, another key player in the region, finds itself in a delicate position. While China has expressed concern about North Korea's volatile behavior in the past, it continues to maintain diplomatic relations with Russia. Beijing's primary goal is to avoid a new Cold War and maintain its relationships with Europe, Japan, and South Korea. According to Sun Yun, director of the China program at the Washington-based Stimson Center think tank, Beijing does not want to form a three-way alliance with North Korea and Russia. This statement suggests that China is trying to keep its options open and avoid being drawn into a conflict that could harm its international standing. The impact of the Russia-North Korea partnership extends beyond just South Korea and China. Other neighboring countries in East Asia are also feeling the effects. There are concerns that this comprehensive strategic partnership could lead to more military collaborations, potentially destabilizing the region further. One of the most worrying aspects for these countries is the possibility of North Korea receiving advanced military technology from Russia. This could include telemetry and ICBM missile technology, which would significantly alter the balance of power in the region. Such a transfer of technology could trigger an arms race and increase tensions among neighboring nations. The potential deployment of North Korean troops to Russian-occupied parts of Ukraine is another source of regional concern. Reports suggest that North Korean engineering units might be sent to aid in construction and logistics in these areas. While this wouldn't directly involve combat troops, it could free up Russian soldiers for frontline duties, indirectly impacting the conflict. As these regional ripple effects continue to spread, countries in East Asia are reassessing their security strategies and alliances. The Russia-North Korea partnership has introduced new uncertainties into an already complex geopolitical landscape, forcing neighboring nations to adapt to a rapidly changing situation. The coming months will likely see further diplomatic maneuvering as countries in the region seek to protect their interests and maintain stability in the face of this new alliance. The Russia-North Korea partnership isn't just reshaping regional dynamics, it's poised to transform the global political landscape, particularly at the United Nations. This alliance raises questions about the future of international law and the effectiveness of global institutions. How might this partnership impact the world's most influential international body? Russia's position as a permanent member of the UN Security Council gives it significant leverage in shaping global affairs. With veto power at its disposal, Russia can potentially shield North Korea from international sanctions and resolutions. This ability was demonstrated in March 2024 when Russia vetoed a UN Security Council resolution that would have mandated a panel of experts to monitor North Korean sanctions compliance. The implications of this veto are far-reaching. It signals a shift in Russia's stance towards North Korea, indicating a willingness to support its ally more openly on the world stage. This change in position could lead to a weakening of the international sanctions regime against North Korea, which has been a key tool in efforts to curb its nuclear program. The partnership between Russia and North Korea also raises concerns about potential violations of UN sanctions. Any weapons transfers between the two countries would violate 10 different UN sanction resolutions that Russia had previously supported. This apparent reversal of Russia's position on these sanctions could undermine the credibility of the UN Security Council and its ability to enforce international law. Russia has criticized what it calls politically motivated sanctions, suggesting a move towards defying UN sanctions and potentially supporting North Korea's weapons programs. This stance poses a direct challenge to the international legal framework that has been established to maintain global peace and security. The strategic partnership might also make it easier for other countries, like China, to transfer military equipment to North Korea. This equipment could then be passed on to Russian forces, effectively circumventing Western sanctions. Such a scenario would further erode the effectiveness of international sanctions and complicate efforts to enforce global norms. Kim Jong-un's pledge of North Korea's full backing for Russia in Ukraine represents another challenge to us and Western policies. This open support for Russia's actions in Ukraine directly contradicts numerous UN resolutions and international laws, further complicating international relations and law enforcement efforts. The partnership between Russia and North Korea poses significant challenges to international law and order. By potentially defying UN sanctions and engaging in military cooperation, these two nations could destabilize the global balance and weaken the authority of international institutions. This situation raises questions about the future effectiveness of the UN Security Council and the broader international legal system in maintaining global peace and security. As this partnership continues to develop, the international community will need to grapple with its implications for global governance. The ability of the UN and other international bodies to respond effectively to this new alliance will be crucial in shaping the future of international law and order. The coming months and years may see significant shifts in the global balance of power as nations adjust to this new reality. The Russia-North Korea alliance is not happening in isolation. Its effects are spreading across the globe, causing other countries to rethink their own partnerships and strategies. This shift in global dynamics is leading to a potential reshaping of alliances on an unprecedented scale. As nations watch the developing partnership between Russia and North Korea, many are reassessing their own positions in the global arena. This reassessment is particularly evident in countries that have traditionally aligned themselves with Western powers. The new alliance is forcing these nations to consider whether their current relationships still serve their best interests. One of the most significant reactions to the Russia-North Korea partnership is the potential increase in military aid to Ukraine. Several countries are considering stepping up their support for Ukraine as a counterbalance to the new military support Russia may receive from North Korea. This shift in support could dramatically alter the balance of power in the ongoing conflict. South Korea, in particular, is contemplating a major change in its foreign policy. According to South Korean National Security Advisor Chang Jin, if Russia crosses certain red lines, by providing advanced military technology to North Korea, South Korea might respond by sending military aid to Ukraine. This would mark a significant departure from South Korea's previous stance on the conflict. The United States is also adjusting its strategies in response to the new alliance. The US government is considering allowing several hundred contractors to go to Ukraine in 2024 to assist with tank maintenance. This move is aimed at freeing up Ukrainian personnel for combat duties, potentially offsetting any advantages Russia might gain from North Korean support. China's response to the Russia-North Korea alliance adds another layer of complexity to the situation. Beijing has been cautious in its approach, avoiding the formation of a three-way alliance with North Korea and Russia. This hesitation stems from China's desire to maintain its options and avoid being drawn into a new Cold War scenario. The partnership between Russia and North Korea could also facilitate indirect military support from China to Russia via North Korea. This arrangement could help Russia circumvent Western sanctions, further complicating the global political landscape. The potential for North Korea to deploy troops to Ukraine is another factor that could trigger shifts in global alliances. If North Korean personnel are sent to assist in Russian-occupied territories, it could lead to increased international involvement in the conflict. This escalation might prompt other countries to form new partnerships or strengthen existing ones as a defensive measure. The ripple effects of the Russia-North Korea alliance extend beyond military considerations. Changes in UN dynamics and voting patterns could lead to a reshuffling of diplomatic alliances. Countries may find themselves aligning with unexpected partners to maintain their influence in international forums. As these shifts occur, we may be entering a new era of global alliance reshuffling. Traditional partnerships are being tested, and new ones are forming based on evolving geopolitical realities. This fluid situation presents both challenges and opportunities for nations as they navigate the changing landscape of international relations. The coming months and years will likely see further developments in this global realignment. As countries adjust their strategies and form new partnerships, the international community will need to adapt to a rapidly changing world order. The Russia-North Korea alliance may well be remembered as the catalyst that set in motion a significant reshaping of global alliances. As global tensions rise, the world watches the Russia-North Korea alliance with bated breath. This partnership has reshaped the geopolitical landscape, creating a new axis of power that challenges existing international norms. The key aspects of this alliance include military cooperation, economic support, and technological exchange. Russia's veto power at the UN Security Council now shields North Korea from scrutiny, while North Korea provides much-needed resources to Russia. This shift in dynamics has far-reaching consequences, affecting everything from regional security to global diplomacy. The unpredictability of the situation has left many nations on edge, reassessing their own alliances and strategies. As we look to the future, the need for diplomatic solutions becomes increasingly clear. The world stands at a crossroads, where the decisions made today will shape the global order for years to come.